Fortress WA. For nearly 700 days, West Australians have been living inside a boarded bubble, mostly virus-free and with very few restrictions until recently.
Look, I think in the beginning it's a must-have, but it went on for a little bit, just a little bit too long.
My husband and I were ready to travel around the rest of Australia. I think Mark has done a great job.
The decision came in April 2020.
In effect, we'll be turning Western Australia into an island within an island, our own country.
That proved hugely popular.
Labor has won a landslide like never ever before. The Liberal Party has been wiped out in a way we never could have imagined.
As the virus wreaked havoc elsewhere, many West Australians counted themselves lucky.
History to be made in the West.
But for many others, WA's hard border has been devastating. Steve Grace's son, Jordan, a talented rugby player, took his own life in November last year.
All we wanted was to go and be with our son, go and grab all his things and bring him home with us. That's all we wanted to do. Simple as that, and start that grieving process.
Despite being vaccinated, Jordan's family, based in Melbourne, was told they'd need to spend a fortnight in quarantine.
You'd think this situation, you couldn't need any more compassion, but then for that to just be shut down completely.
We have a team of people that work very hard, both police and health, that have managed hundreds, if not thousands, of those cases over the course of the last 2 years. But you've got to remember, the alternative was there's been many thousands of people die in New South Wales and Victoria. That was what we're trying to protect ourselves against.
Jordan died a couple of days before his 21st birthday. He was in Perth to play rugby, his dream job. But Jordan's family says he struggled with the isolation.
If you had been home a few times, maybe things might have been different. If we were able to fly over there for his 21st and spend some time with him, things may have been different.
Are you sorry to that family that they went through that?
Oh, sorry to anyone who's suffered over the course of the last 2 years. It hasn't been pleasant. I mean, it's been a difficult time for everyone, and making these decisions was not something that I ever expected I'd be put in that position, but here I am and I did the best I could.
WA health workers are now gearing up for the COVID surge they've long feared.
The zero-COVID environment that we've existed in for the last 2 years has been a good thing for Western Australia. It's been basically life as usual here. We've been incredibly fortunate. Unfortunately, over that 2 years, the McGowan government has really squandered the opportunity to increase capacity in the system.
Based on WA Health Department modelling, over the next 6 months, more than 5,600 people are likely to end up in hospital. More than 700 will be put into ICU, and 129 West Australians will ultimately die from COVID-19.
Our systems are ready. Our hospitals are ready. Our testing clinics are ready. We have ample supply of RAT tests, PCR tests. We have the highest vaccination levels of any mainland state, so we're pretty ready.
But WA's health system is already stretched. In an email written to WA's nursing union this week, an emergency department nurse at Sir Charles Gardner, one of Perth's tertiary hospitals, describes a staffing crisis that could not be worse, saying the hospital has terrible staff morale, job satisfaction and safe staffing. In a statement, a spokeswoman for the hospital said the emergency department had 97 more nurses than in October last year, ensuring enough skilled staff are available to meet the needs of patients.
We have a very good health system, and obviously people have a range of opinions, whoever you might speak to.
These are nurses working in the system.
We have 50,000 staff, so you have a range of opinions, but we're providing additional beds, and as I said, we fund our hospitals 13% above the national average.
Keeping pressure off the state's fragile health system is coming at a cost. New restrictions come into effect in WA today, including capacity limits and caps on gatherings.
The biggest legacy of this should be that we end up with a very low number of people ending up in hospital and hopefully a very low number of deaths from COVID.
Will you rule out ever putting the hard border up again?
No. It's been done before, just so you know. So it was done back in the Spanish influenza. There's another pandemic. The High Court has ruled that these things are available and they work. And by the way, every state in Australia did it.
Do you see it happening again within this pandemic?
I think it's unlikely, but, you know, I can't rule it out. If some ultra deadly variant comes along and we want to save lives, I can't rule it out.
And if that story has raised any issues for you, you can call Lifeline on 13 11 14 or Beyond Blue on 1300 22 46 36. Hi, I'm Lee Sales. Thanks for watching this story. If you'd like to watch more of 730's stories, they are on the left of your screen. And tap on the button below to subscribe and get the latest from ABC News.